When we hear the word Wonderland, we immediately think of Alice falling down the rabbit hole to a whimsical world. However, the real Wonderland we are about to explore involves a true crime that remains unsolved to this day. Decades ago, in a place no less bizarre, a heinous crime took place, and despite two people standing trial, the court acquitted them. The Wonderland in question is Wonderland Avenue in Laurel Canyon, specifically a highly guarded mansion in the West Sector, home to some of Los Angeles' elite. This mansion, at 8763 Wonderland Avenue, was occupied by a notorious drug dealer and became a gruesome quadruple murder scene on July 1, 1981. Inside the home, 4 blood-soaked bodies were discovered in a crime scene reminiscent of the Manson family murders in California. Joey Miller, a member of a cocaine trafficking gang, had rented the house to conceal her operations. Living with her were her boyfriend, Billy Deverell, Ron Launius, and his wife, Susan. Over the years, other gang members also stayed there, including John Holmes, a pornographic film star who frequently visited to purchase cocaine. The gang's primary income came from selling drugs, especially cocaine and occasionally heroin. Their shift to armed robberies to cover their expenses eventually led to their bloody downfall. On June 29, just days before the murders, the gang robbed the home of notorious nightclub owner and gang leader Eddie Nash. Among the robbers were Launius, Deverell, David Lind, and Tracy McCourt. During the heist, they shot Nash's bodyguard but failed to kill him and left the house in disarray. Despite the chaos, they managed to escape without being identified. While the police initially had no suspects, Nash himself pointed fingers at several individuals, including John Holmes. Holmes had visited Nash's home that morning to buy drugs. Nash was convinced Holmes was involved in the robbery and might have extracted the attackers' identities from his wounded bodyguard. Just 2 days after the robbery, the burglars were found brutally murdered in their home. On the afternoon of July 1st, at approximately 4 p.m., the police received a panicked phone call from a furniture mover working next door. Upon arrival, the police found the bloody body of Miller was dead on her bed, Deverell's body shredded near the television, Barbara Richardson, Lynn's girlfriend, drenched in blood in front of the couch, and a hammer, suspected to be one of the murder weapons alongside several metal pipes, was found on Miller's bed. Launius's body bore signs of severe beating and was covered in blood. The grisliest scene was Susan Launius, lying next to her husband's bloodied corpse, with her skull crushed. Miraculously, she was still alive. Though Susan survived the attack, the brain damage she suffered caused permanent amnesia, leaving her unable to recall anything about the incident. The police scoured the house and questioned the neighbors, who admitted to hearing screams during the crime. However, due to the house's notorious reputation for rowdy parties and constant noise, the neighbors assumed it was just another wild gathering when, in reality, they were being violently assaulted. Blood stained nearly every wall of the house. The police discovered some stolen items from Nash's home during their search, making him the prime suspect. John Holmes was also accused after his fingerprints were found, but both were acquitted in court. To this day, no one has been formally charged with this gruesome crime.